Hey, thanks for watching this video. It's a time lapse of my latest commission, which is a painting of a specific horse. Obviously, it's very similar to a previous painting of a cow, but I didn't want to just copy exactly what I did there. So I changed up the background a bit, and instead of covering the entire background with a repeating pattern, I varied it a little bit just to make it a little bit more interesting. The main portion of it, though, is exactly the same, where it's a silhouette of the animal, and then I fill it in with these free-handed shapes, which I then paint in later. I added in a few lines on the mane and the tail just to help those portions stand out against the rest of the painting. I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do with all the negative space around the horse and those triangles, so I just sort of went for kind of an expressionistic field with green grass on the bottom and sort of a hay field or a wheat field on top. I didn't have a specific idea in mind, obviously, but I like the transition from the green to the gold and giving it a bigger contrast against the rest. A side effect of painting wet into wet is that the paint is generally going to be much lighter than if you do wet into dry. What that means is with wet into wet, you just simply put a bunch of water down, and then you paint into that water, whereas wet into dry is you just have what I'm doing right here, where you're just painting directly onto the dry paper. And when you do wet into wet, the pigment dilutes much more than wet into dry. So that sort of contrast helped make those shapes and the horse kind of pop out a little bit. So now I'm filling in on the horse, starting with the darker colors, and also doing some diluted versions of those colors to fill in some of the lighter portions of the horse. Now, the horse itself is tricky trying to come up with colors, because with the pictures that I had, there are really only 4 colors to it: brown, light gray, and dark gray, and white. So there's a struggle trying to do slight variations on the same colors and to make them similar enough that the horse would be recognizable to its owner, but different enough that you don't look at two shapes next to each other and think that they're the exact same color. But I started with the dark colors just so I could get the tail and the mane sections done and out of the way, just to focus on the body, because I knew that was going to be the trickiest part. I'm also painting the legs further away with those same colors, just to sort of give the impression of a shadow. But yeah, with trying to come up with all these slight variations of brown, was a little frustrating. I wasn't really worried about the gray, and the white obviously would just be blank, but trying to make it interesting with brown and as many different types of brown. And it's tricky. With the cow, obviously it was just black and white, so it's a lot easier just to paint some in black, add some water, do a lighter shade, add more water, do another lighter shade. I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the overall look of the finished painting. It's a little bit more brown than I had originally planned. I was hoping to try and get some more gray, more of a gray look when you sort of squint your eyes and look at it, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, this is a fun couple of days. One day to draw it all out, another day to paint it. The painting took a little bit longer than I had originally planned, just because I didn't realize until I actually started how tricky it was going to be to come up with the different shades. But anyway, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.